Hello, coming to you from the future. There's no doubt about it, the world is changing, and probably changing at a quicker pace than it ever has, mainly because of technology advances. As technology continues to advance at a quicker rate, things are changing so fast that as humans, it's hard to keep up with it. Especially we have seen as people who are technologists work in the tech industry. Well, really all industries. I think though people who are tech savvy or work in the tech industry are more aware of what the repercussions or what might happen in the near future because of technology changing at such a quick pace. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the top technologies that will really change the future of work forever. Not only sharing with you what these technologies are, how they are implemented, but also too ways that you can stay ahead of the curve. Because let's face it, I think most of us in technology are learners, forever learners, wanting to evolve and grow, and are super passionate and curious about tech. So let's just make sure where we are learning is on the right path. All right, let's jump into it. Why do we say jump into it? What are we jumping into? First on the list is quantum computing. Quantum computing is something that I literally had to search up and be like, explain it to me like I am a child. And I still need it to be explained to me that way because it is so fascinating, so complicated or complex so quickly. But let me do a little. I need my computer for this to explain it properly. Quantum computing, in simple terms, is a new kind of computing that uses the principles of quantum metrics to process information. So unlike classical computers, which uses bits to represent information such as 0 or 1, I think we all are familiar with that at least, quantum computers use qubits. Qubits, I think that's what it's called. Qubits can represent both 1 and 0 at the same time. So essentially, if I'm putting this away, essentially from my understanding is with quantum computing, it can solve multiple problems at once. So it's really smart at it's really quick. Let's put it this way. One area that quantum computing will really create a lot of new jobs that we're already seeing is with cryptography. Currently, many encryption systems rely on the difficulty of factoring large numbers into their prime components. With a quantum computer though, running Shor's algorithm could potentially solve this problem much faster. So how will quantum computing potentially affect your job? How does it, who cares? Quantum computing, great. Quantum computing not only will create a ton of new jobs, such as the cryptographers that already exist but are continuing to grow, but also too, it will be ingrained further into our everyday lives, especially with, say, software engineers. If you think about software engineers and how quantum computing might take a play into it, think about the way software engineers may need to develop new programming languages, algorithms to optimize the performance of quantum computers. Companies are going to want to get their hands on quantum computing as fast as possible. The idea that quantum computers can solve more than one problem at once, be double or triple as efficient as they currently are, normal computers currently are, is a major bonus. Now, not only will quantum computing affect existing jobs, it will create so many new ones I just mentioned. And I think the key thing is here, you need to understand, throughout this video, we're listing a few different technologies that will really have an impact on jobs. And I want one thing that you take away from these to be, you don't need to learn everything, but this is rather to inform you, educate you, and inspire you that maybe one of these technologies is something you're interested in. For example, with quantum computing, it's something that you're going to have to be very comfortable with math. You're going to have to enjoy math, really want to dive into that side of things. Now, I've been following this company called Humane for a while now, and for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's dubbed or labeled as a secretive AI company founded by ex-Apple employees. They recently raised another $100 million, and thought, what are they building over there? Their website, if you go on it, it's very secret. They don't really talk about what they're creating or building, and it's really been hush-hush up until recently. Recently, there was a leaked clip of what they are working on, and this is shared by one of the founders. And I'll share with you, I don't know if I'm allowed to share with you about it on YouTube, the actual clips, probably not. So rather I'll share some articles on what it was. But essentially what it is it's both hardware and software, where one of the founders is wearing this piece of hardware that emits onto his hand or to a wall, whatever the subject is. It looks kind of like a phone. And in this example where he was sharing what they've been working on, he was using it as exactly that, a phone, where his wife is calling him, he puts up his phone and he can answer it just by tapping on his hand. Now, this is super interesting. Maybe it will work, maybe it won't work, but they've been raising a lot of money for quite a while on this, and they're all in on it. Why I'm sharing this story with you is because more and more I am hearing stories like this of different companies really pushing the boundaries with augmented reality. Augmented reality, we've seen, is really just at the cusp of what is possible with it and how we can integrate it into our daily lives. When you think about education, imagine a classroom where students are immersed and they can actually go back in time, not literally, but figuratively, in the sense of they can interact with dinosaurs, or they can put on a headset and interact with whatever the use case is. It's a really great way for education, healthcare, music industry, all of these things. And I really think it's an area, based on what we've seen trends of companies working on, that will continue to affect our daily jobs. So you're probably saying, Tiff, how is this going to affect my job? Well, of course, it varies based on what job you are in, but as we've seen, for example, with the iPhone, iOS, app development, when there's a new technology that really blows up and hits everyone starts using it, the tech behind it that was used to build that really blows up as well. And I think AR is an area that, if you are interested in that technology, it's definitely worth exploring on a larger scale as to how you can utilize it and build with it. It's one of those things that you learn early on, and then when the demand hits, you already have that skill set and are so valuable to companies. Next on the list is something that looks really cute, I guess you could say, but definitely can be ferocious. This is advanced robotics. Now, what do I mean by it can look really cute? I'm sure we've all seen this dog by Boston Dynamics, where they share with you this dog that is essentially a robot. And every time I see it, I want to take it home, even though it's a robot. Actually, recently the NYPD started using these robots from Boston Dynamics to help them in situations where there is a bomb detected, or there is a life-threatening risk that they do not want to actually send a human in to investigate. So this is super interesting ways that robotics are being used in our everyday lives, and we will continue to see them being merged closer together. I mean, even if you look at restaurants in Japan, I'll find some clips here to share with you. I was seeing online recently, there's this restaurant where you literally are served and you give your order through a robot. There's no need for human intervention. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you in the sense of robots are going to take over all of our jobs, but rather the opposite. There's going to be so much opportunity with working with robots that is coming your way. Now, you might be saying, Tiff, I'm a software engineer, robots don't really impact me. It might not be the actual hardware robotics that affect you, it might be more the software, the AI side of things that affects you. And it's similar though, in the sense that we are learning to work alongside these tools versus being scared of them or think of them out to get our jobs. We need to embrace them. We are in control. We know more than they do. Well, typically, not always. And it's one of those things that they're going to enhance our workflow, help us really work quicker, safer in some instances, like the NYPD, and in turn, build faster, freeing up our minds to really focus on new and innovative things that we may have not even thought about. I know for myself, I use ChatGPT a lot, and I use it to help me writing blog posts, writing emails, pretty much all of my writing tasks. I honestly rely a lot on ChatGPT. Now, I modify the response from ChatGPT into my own, of course, but what it does is if there's something I'm putting off, like an email, using ChatGPT to just prompt that and start that conversation really helps me stop procrastinating and just getting it done, knowing it'll be so much quicker with the help of that tool. This frees up my time to do other things that I might have been so far on procrastinating writing that email. I spent all day, well, hopefully not all day, but a long period of time working on it. Now, it is important to note though, with robotics and AI really becoming more advanced, it's so important. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this video, is to focus on upskilling and continuing to learn. I was reading though recently, there's an interesting thing that is starting to occur where there'll be this new job or new jobs that are going to be popping up, which is around the ethics of AI and robotics. It's a really unique and, in my opinion, be a very tricky job. Who decides what ethics, who decides what's right and what's wrong? It's almost this interesting job, but it's coming up in a lot of cases. So as advanced robotics become more integrated into our daily lives, there'll be a growing need for professionals who can address the ethical, legal, and regulate the implications of these technologies. This sounds like a pretty interesting job, and it's definitely something that if you have the technical side, technical knowledge, you can merge with really strong soft skills. Last but definitely not least on the list, what would you guess it is? It's IoT. In fact, the IoT market is predicted to have such rapid growth. Listen to this stat. The number of connected devices that is predicted to reach over 75 billion by 2025. That's in 2 years from now, a year and a half really from now. With this expansion, it presents a ton of career growth opportunities in the realm of IoT. One of these career opportunities that you have seen in many different areas, but specifically in IoT, the need for, is cybersecurity. I think we've all heard to some varying degree stories about someone's camera, a story of a camera that got hacked and images were being taken or watched. It's really creepy, but it's really real. It's there, it's out there. This is happening, and the need for cybersecurity experts to help prevent these hackings is becoming increasingly more important. Now, in some other videos I've made talking about cybersecurity, I've gotten comments around cybersecurity is going to become automated. Curious to hear your thoughts on this, leave down in the comments. I truly do not believe this is a job that can become automated, at least in the near future. It needs that human decision-making factor, and that's not going to go away anywhere. We cannot let machines decide what is safe and secure for us. We need to do that as humans. The roles are continuing to be unfilled right now for cybersecurity needs. We see these in articles consistently. And if you are someone who's interested in cybersecurity, honestly, I think this is one of the best areas that you can really break into at this time. IoT is an area too where your existing product, service, or application, a company that you work for, might get into. As it becomes more common for devices to be equipped with IoT, it's only a matter of time before you're introduced in a situation where your company or future company has a product that uses IoT. There are so many different courses you can take, a lot of fun things you can build or tinker around with IoT. I'll list some of them here, but it's a great opportunity for you to really upskill and learn something new. If I had a bit more time on my hands, I think this is an area I'd really dive into because the possibilities of what you can build with it are kind of endless. All right, we have listed some technologies that are continuing to grow in demand and will affect our jobs as people who work in the tech industry, which, you know, I sometimes think it's strange to say as we work in the tech industry. What does that even really mean? At the end of the day, tech touches all industries, and that's the beauty of it. Our growth, our careers, that can be in many industries, but tech as a whole will be impacted by these technologies, which in my opinion, is really exciting and something that we should embrace rather than being fearful of. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tech, coding, career-related content. Leave down below in the comments any questions you have, feedback, thoughts you have around this. I do my absolute best to answer every single one of your questions and thoughts. And all right, let's go into the future together.